Guys, my screen is visible for everyone. So today we'll discuss with okay. So last session we done with the strings, right? Strings. So which belongs to non-primitive data type. Okay. So strings and arrays we had completed. Non-primitive data types. These all comes under the non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types. Okay. Non-primitive data types. The first one we had completed with arrays. Okay, and we had completed with strings. Okay, we had completed with the strings. Okay, and then we have the class also, class and collection. These are the comes under the non-primitive data types. These are comes under the non-primitive data types. Okay, good. Now today we'll discuss the basically what does it mean by OOP language and what is the history of the OOP language. We try to understand. Okay. So first, I can say the programming language initially it is divided into two types. Okay. So the thing is programming language is divided into two types. Is divided into two types. Divided into two types. So the first one is POP language, meaning procedure oriented language. Procedural, procedural, oriented language. Okay, oriented language. Okay. Second one is this is also called as POP language. This is also called as POP language. Okay, and then second one is OOP language. Second language is OOP language. OOP meaning object oriented language. Object oriented language. So this is called OOP language. This is called OOP language. Are you guys clear with my pointer? So, is there any examples for the processor language? Yes, we have the examples. The examples are like the legacy languages are like C language and COBOL and Pascal languages. These are the examples for the POP languages. Okay, and where you have the object-oriented language. So, is there any examples for the object-oriented language? Yes, we have the examples: Java and Python and C sharp. So these are the examples for the OOP language. OOP language. Okay. Like why they as introduced the OOP language? Is there any drawbacks in the POP language? Yes, we have the drawbacks. So we'll see with respect to POP language, and then we'll go with OOP language. Okay. So the thing is in procedure oriented language, I can mention in procedural oriented language oriented language we can develop we can develop we can develop we can develop project by using functions and procedures by using procedures functions and procedures. Okay, so if you want more functionalities we need to implement more, we need to write more functions. Okay, that is the second point. If you want to, I can say, if you want to add more functionalities, if you want to add more functionalities if you want to add more functionalities, then we need to write more functions. More functions. Are you guys clear with my points? Next point is Next point is, so if the project is having the multiple functions, then what will happen? So managing and maintaining is very difficult. Managing and maintaining, managing and maintaining, maintaining the project is very difficult. Project is very difficult. Very difficult. Why? Because it is having the group of functions, right? If it is the project is having the group of functions, maintaining and managing the project is very difficult. Very difficult. Okay, and one more thing is also like in pop language, the data is globally exposed. The data is globally exposed, meaning there is no security in pop language. It won't provide any security in pop language. there is no security for our code. No security. There is no security. Are you guys clear with my point, sir? So these are the drawbacks comes across the pop language. Okay, the pop language, the entirely pop language. If you go with the pop approach, we can develop the project by using functions and procedures. Okay, if you want to add the more functionalities, then we need to write the more functions. Then if it is having the project is having the group of, I would say, collection of functions, then managing and maintaining the project is very difficult. Okay, very difficult. Okay, in prop language the data is exposed, globally exposed, meaning if you develop any project by using these languages, can third party person also can able to access, so there is no security, right? These are the drawbacks. These are the drawbacks we have in the pop language. These are the drawbacks. So how to overcome these drawbacks? So that's why the JDK people has introduced the OOP language. Okay, OOP language. So OOP meaning object oriented programming language. Okay. So in OOP language, we can develop the project. In OOP language, we can develop the project by using methods and objects. We can develop the project. We can develop the project. I can say we can develop the project by using methods and objects. Methods and objects. Are you guys clear with the point, sir? In OOP language, you can develop the project by using methods and objects. Okay, by using methods and objects. Methods and objects. Okay, so in the real time scenario, every method, the methods deals with the objects only. So everything will be represented in the format of objects only. Okay, in the format of objects only. So that's why here OOP language it not globally exposed. Okay, in OOP language it does not globally exposed. Globally exposed. Globally exposed meaning it will provide the security. In OOP language it will provide the security. In OOP language it will provide the security. It will provide the security. Okay, and next point is which lang. So basically, we have the four principles. Okay, in which language supports the OOP principles, that language is called OOP language. Okay, if you take the Java is we have the OOP principles. So Java is supported for the OOP principles, right? If any language supports the OOP principles, then you can say that is the OOP language. Okay, the same point I am writing here. If any language supports the OOPS principles, if any language supports the OOPS principles, then you can say that language is called OOP language. If any language supports the OOPS principles, then that language is called OOP language, OOP supported language. OOP supported language. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point or not? Okay, so okay, fine. So basically, in the OOPs, basically we will discuss majorly two parts. Okay, first one is the part one, OOPs part one, and second one is we will discuss about the OOPs part two. Okay, in the OOPs part one, we will discuss about the what does it mean by class and object, class and object, and the second one is I can say with second one is types of, we will discuss about the types of variables, and the third one is we will discuss about the types of methods, and fourth one we will discuss about the types of constructors. Okay, next one we will discuss about the this keyword, this keyword comma final keyword, this keyword final keyword. Next, access specifiers. Okay, these are the topics we'll discuss in the OOP part number one. Okay, where we have the OOP number part two, In the OOP number part 2, basically we will discuss about OOPs part 2. In the OOPs number part 2, we will discuss about the principles. We have the four principles basically. These are the basics. Okay? And these all are the OOPs principles. Basically, we have the four principles. First one is we can say with
Encapsulation,
encapsulation, and second one we
um,
can say with
inheritance.
Arjun, any issue?
No, no.
Then you can mute yourself. Hmm? Hmm. Okay. Encapsulation. Second one is inheritance. Okay, inheritance. Okay, completion. So third one is abstraction. Okay, and fourth one is I can say with abstraction, and fourth one is polymorphism. Polymorphism. Okay, these are the four principles basically. Okay, so today I will give the overview of those principles, the purpose of those principles, and then after that overview, then we'll go with hope part one, number one. Okay, are you guys clear with my point? So why the OOP language they has introduced, like already we have the legacy languages, right? So why they didn't develop all the projects by using the only the legacy languages? So there we have some drawbacks, right? To overcome those drawbacks, they has introduced the OOP language. What are the drawbacks? So basically, the which is the basically uh, we can legacy languages you can develop by using the functions. Okay, if you want to add the more functions, we need to add the more. If you want to add the more functionalities, then we need to write more functions. If the project is having the more functions, then the maintaining and managing the project is very difficult. Okay, and the data is also globally exposed, meaning there is no security. Okay, there is no security. So how to overcome these drawbacks? So that's why the JDK people has introduced the language, that is the OOP language. OOP language, what does it mean by OOP? Okay, object oriented programming language. Why they are calling object meaning? So in the real time scenarios, everything we can represent in the format of objects only. Okay, methods deals with objects only. That is very important topic which actually. So at the time of methods, we will discuss methods deals with the objects, meaning every method we can deal with objects only. Now, in OOP language, you can develop the project using methods and objects. Okay. The next thing is OOP. It doesn't global expose, meaning it will provide the security. If any language supports the OOP principles, then that language is called OOP supported language. Okay. OOP language I can categorize into two groups. One is the part one, second one is the part two. These part one are the basics, class and object, types of variables, types of methods, types of constructors. These are comes under the OOPS basics. Once you get the clarity on this area, then you can able to you are eligible for OOPS part two. Okay, this is the process. So today I will give the overview of these topics and then we'll go with one by one. Okay, one by one. First we'll go with encapsulation. So I am giving overview. So in depth we will discuss one more time. So as of now I am giving overview. Overview. First one, generally encapsulation meaning. What is the purpose of encapsulation? If you attend any interview, the basic question they will ask, what is encapsulation? Could you please explain? This is the basic question, right? So basically, encapsulation basically it is the process of combining. It is the process of combining methods and variables. It is the process of combining methods and variables as a single entity is called encapsulation. Are you guys clear with my point? Is called encapsulation. Okay, so you are saying it is the combination of combining variables and methods, right? So what is the best example for the encapsulation? Best example for the encapsulation? Uh, all Java classes are best example for the encapsulation. Why? Because every class you can declare with the variables and methods, right? Then you can say best example for the encapsulation is all our Java classes. If in the interview perspective, if that person will ask might be, what is the best example of the encapsulation, then what you will say? We can say all Java classes is the best example for the encapsulation. Okay, best example for encapsulation is all our Java classes. All our Java classes are the best example. Okay, what is the main purpose of the OOPS principles? The main purpose of the OOPS principle is the main purpose why they are using the OOP language is code reusability. Code reusability meaning we can write at one time, we can reuse the same code multiple times. Okay, so going forward we will get the clarity on it. So as of now you can try to remember the main purpose of the OOP language is code reusability. code reusability Code reusability. Okay, fine. Next we can come down, and we are discussing about the OOPS principles, right? The encapsulation meaning it is the process of combining methods and variables as a single entity is called encapsulation. The best example for the encapsulation is all our Java classes. All our Java classes. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. This is encapsulation. Okay, fine. Next, we'll go with inheritance. Okay, what does it mean by inheritance? The basic question they will ask, right? So if you are, they will ask like, could you please about inheritance, what you know? So this is the basic question, right? Inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. Okay, that is the definition for the inheritance. It is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class, extending the properties from one class to one class to another class. Are you guys clear with my point? It is the process of extending the inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. Okay, one class to another class. What is the purpose of inheritance is code reusability. We can achieve the code reusability by using inheritance. Code reusability. Okay, code reusability. So going forward in the inheritance we'll see with respect to variables, with respect to methods, and with respect to constructors. So everything we will go with each one, like how we are meaning how it is we are saying code reusability, right? So how it is using in our programs we will see going forward. Okay, inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. The main purpose of inheritance is code reusability. Okay, we can achieve the code reusability by using inheritance. Okay, now here the thing is we can achieve the encapsulation by using classes. We can achieve the encapsulation by using classes. Encapsulation by using classes. Okay, so here inheritance also we can achieve inheritance by using classes. We can achieve inheritance We can achieve inheritance by using classes. Okay. Next thing is where we have the polymorphism. Polymorphism. What does it mean by polymorphism? Basically, what does it mean by polymorphism? Poly means many. Poly means many. Phism means forms of. Phism means forms of. Forms of. Then okay, fine. What is the definition for the polymorphism? That is the basic thing, right? They will ask, could you please explain about the polymorphism? Then polymorphism meaning if any object exhibits multiple behaviors, if any object exhibits multiple behaviors, based on the situations, multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Is called polymorphism. For example, you can take, so if for example only one object, it will act as a multiple behavior based on the situation is called polymorphism. For example, now if I am in institute, okay, I will be act as a trainer. If I go with my family, I will be act as a family member. Okay, so if you observe here, if I go to the office, I will be act as an employee. So the same object, I am only the person. Based on the situation, I am performing multiple actions, right? So I am at training room, I will be act as a trainer. I am at family, I will be act as a family member. I will be at I can say office, I will be act as a employee. Same object, I am only the person. Based on the situations, I am doing the multiple operations, right? Multiple operations. So similarly, object, if any object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation, that you can say example for the polymorphism. Polymorphism. Are you guys clear with my point? So if any objects, so these all are the examples. One person you can take. So the person might be based on the situation. The person will be change their actions. Okay, these are the examples for the polymorphism. So in the polymorphism, it is divided into two types. One is the compile time polymorphism, and the second one is compile time polymorphism, and third one is second one is, this is the first one. Second one is the runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism. Okay, so this we will discuss. So we are giving a brief. What does it mean by encapsulation? What does it mean by inheritance? What does it mean by polymorphism? Next, the fourth principle, we have the abstraction. So okay, the basic question, right? They will ask like, what is abstraction? Could you please explain, right? What is abstraction? Could you please explain? So abstraction meaning it is the process of hiding the unnecessary data and providing the required information. Hiding the unnecessary data and providing the required information. Are you guys clear with my point? It is the process of it is the process of hiding the unnecessary data, hiding the unnecessary data, and providing required information and providing required information. Okay, so this abstraction, we can achieve the abstraction. We can achieve the abstraction by using we can achieve the abstraction by using abstract classes and abstract classes and interfaces. Are you guys clear with my points? We can achieve abstraction by using abstract classes and interfaces. Okay, interfaces. Okay, so the best example, what are the examples coming under abstraction is, for example, if you purchase a car, you want to go from BML layout to Martali. So, like you purchase a new car, only your requirement is you want to go to the Martali and you want to return back to the BML layout. That is only the your requirement. You don't want to how the engine internal process is working. Okay, the internal process you don't want, right?